I remember the night it all flipped. The night I learned betrayal tastes sharper than blood, and justice, when served cold, can still burn the ones who deserve it. My name is Helena Montez. I am 35 years old, a senior bank executive in the tallest glass tower in the city, where the floors hum under the weight of money most people cannot even imagine. People see me now, tailored suits and quiet authority, but they have no idea how much of that power was forged from heartbreak. The topic is simple. He cheated with my best friend, now he works for me. I once believed love was my safe place. His name, I will not say it, just as I refused to say hers. They were the two people I trusted most in the world, the man I shared my bed with and the woman who had once braided my hair when we were teenagers. When the truth came out, it was not in whispers, it was in the raw slam of a voicemail, meant for someone else, that landed in my inbox. His voice low, hers laughing, a gasp between them that carried more betrayal than any words could. I stood in my apartment staring at the skyline, tasting copper in my mouth, feeling heat crawl up my neck. Betrayal has a sound, I promise you. It is the cracking of everything you thought was solid. We had built plans together, he and I. Marriage was months away, flights booked, deposits paid, the soft blush-colored dress tucked into the closet, waiting for me to trust it again. My best friend was supposed to be my maid of honor. That night I did not cry. I did not scream. I poured myself a drink so cold it burned my throat, and I made a decision, the kind that changes everything. You see, at the bank, I manage portfolios worth more than some small countries, and I hold in my hands the strings that control opportunity. I watched the collapse quietly, knowing their world was about to tilt. I started with her. She depended on a consulting contract that I had influence over, not directly, but through a partner firm. 2 meetings later, her contract was not renewed. No explanation, just polite dismissal. She moved to another city shortly after. Him, I waited for. Revenge should never be rushed. It is like wine that needs time to deepen in flavor. Nearly a year passed. My heart healed, though the scar remained, and my ambition grew sharper. Then fate offered me a gift. I acquired a smaller private firm the bank had been eyeing. We needed someone to lead that team, but the leadership was weak, drowning in debt, and the only way to turn it profitable was to bring in someone who could follow orders, someone desperate enough not to push back. That is when his name came across my desk, his new career, his struggle after leaving our circle, his application with the faint hope in his resume. I signed the approval myself. The day he walked into orientation, he froze when he saw me. I wore a silver dress under a sharp blazer, my hair coiled tight, and the smallest of smiles curved my lips. His face drained of color. He remembered every lie, every moment, every betrayal, and he understood in one breath that I now owned his paycheck, his schedule, his future. I did not have to humiliate him in public. The beauty of true revenge is silence. It bites deeper when no one else sees the bite. Over time, I made him run numbers until midnight, attend early morning calls, and deliver reports he could never quite make perfect. I made him learn humility, and I made sure he knew who signed his evaluations. If you love Helena's journey, like and subscribe to join her next chapter. People ask if I ever forgave them. Forgiveness is too soft a word for what I have done. I released them, not to peace, but to the consequences they had both earned. In the quiet moments, when I hear him speaking respectfully during meetings, when he stumbles over calling me Ms. Montez, I wonder if he ever thinks of what could have been. But I do not. I think of the way betrayal carved me into steel. My career soared after that. My influence spread. And every decision I make now is laced with the knowledge that trust is rare and power is safer. I walk into boardrooms knowing exactly how to read a smile, exactly how to spot the shadow behind it, and exactly how to make sure I am never blindsided again. And that dress in the closet, the blush-colored wedding dress, is still there, untouched. A quiet reminder that sometimes happily ever after takes a different shape. The twist? I did not ruin him completely. I kept him where he is because I want him to know what it feels like to serve under someone who will never forget. Justice served cold burns quietly, but it leaves marks they carry forever. That is how I win, not by destroying him, but by making sure he wakes up every morning knowing who holds the key to his freedom. And as for her, she lives far away now, married to another man, but I imagine she still wonders why everything collapsed so quickly for her. I imagine she still does not realize I was the storm. The truth is, I never lost. I simply shifted the battlefield. And on that battlefield, Helena Montez never loses. Like and subscribe if you want to hear exactly how I turn pain into power, because the next chapter is already written. And trust me, it is even sharper.